Hi, I'm Murray, and I've put together this instructional video for amateur home bartenders. In this video, we'll discuss 3 different types of cocktails and the tools necessary to make them. The 3 types of cocktails are a shaken cocktail, a stirred cocktail, and a built cocktail. As far as the tools go, we need a juicer and a strainer because we need fresh citrus with no pulp for our cocktails. We need a jigger or a shot glass, either or, because we need to measure. Your personal preference. I happen to have both. We need some sort of shaker, so I have a 3-piece shaker. 1, 2, 3. And the lid on the 3-piece shaker is actually a 1-ounce jigger as well. Then we have a 2-piece shaker. Right? And the difference with the 2-piece shaker is it doesn't have its own strainer. So you need a strainer to go with your 2-piece shaker. Then we have a muddler for drinks that need to be muddled. And a long stir spoon for drinks that are stirred. So let's start with the drinks. And we'll start with the stirred drink. And then for that, I've chosen the martini. So if you've noticed or not, but I have my glass sitting there full of ice, because the key to a good cocktail is everything needs to be cold. So speaking of cold, I like to keep my gin in the freezer. And same thing with my vermouth. Well, that came out of the fridge actually, but cold is the key. Vermouth is just a fortified wine, so it should be kept in the fridge because it is a fortified wine, so it will go bad. And even in the fridge, it'll only last about 3 months. So let's go ahead and put together the drink. For stirred drinks, I like to use my 3-piece shaker. I'll put those pieces off to the side. Now, you always add alcohol first because alcohol is expensive. What happens if you put your ice in and then your alcohol, the phone rings and it's your mother, and you're on the phone for 45 minutes because you haven't talked for a while? Well, your drink will be completely diluted, not taste like anything. So always alcohol first. So for my gin martini, everybody has their own opinion, but I like a 3-to-1 ratio. So for this, I'm going to use 3/4 of an ounce for each shot. So 1, 2, 3. And then we need 1 ounce of the vermouth. Or sorry, 3/4 of an ounce because it's 3-to-1. Okay. Just put these off to the side. So now it's time for ice. So we add our ice. Just a good handful is enough. So now I prefer the stainless steel shaker for stirring because it's excellent at transferring the coldness. So if you watch as I stir, you can see that the shaker starts to frost over. So that's how you know when your drink is properly stirred. So we let that go. Now you take the ice in your glass that was chilling it and you discard it. Now we take our strainer, put it on top, and then strain our drink into the glass. Glassware is important for each drink. Each drink belongs in its own glass. So I'm making a martini, so this happens to be in a martini glass. Now for garnish, typically for a gin martini, it's a lemon twist. But I'll show you the twist for another drink. For my martini, I prefer a lemon coin. So you take your knife, you just cut off a nice little piece of the lemon, try not to get too much rind. And the oils in the skin actually need to be expressed into the drink. So you just take it, you squeeze it a bit, wrap it around, and what else can you drink? Put your garnish in the drink, and there you go. The gin martini, our stirred cocktail. For our built cocktail, I have chosen the mojito. Mojito is rum, simple syrup, mint, topped with soda. So, we need our glass, and again, glassware is important. So the mojito is served in what's known as an old-fashioned glass, which is this, which is short. So you start with the mint leaves, and some simple syrup. Simple syrup is just sugar and water in a 1-to-1 ratio. And to make it, you heat up the water with the sugar in it until the sugar is completely dissolved, and you allow it to cool, and you can store it in the fridge for about up to 1 month, which is why I put the date on. So we need half an ounce of simple syrup. Goes in with the mint. And then we need to take our muddler, because this drink needs to be muddled. So we take our muddler, and we start working the leaves, and muddling them. And the reason why we're muddling is we're trying to release the oil out of the leaf, add flavor to the drink. So once you've got it good and muddled, it's time to move on. I think that looks good. Now, if you didn't have a muddler, in a pinch, you could use the back end of a wooden spoon. That would work fine too. So now we have our simple syrup and our mint leaves, so it's time to add the rum. So mojitos technically call for a light rum, so which is a white rum, so I have that. So this is only a 1 ounce shot glass, but I have 2 ounces, so that's where the jigger comes in handy, because the actual capacity of this is 2.5. You need 2 ounces of rum. Add that to the glass. Now, remember I said booze first and then ice? So now it's time to add the ice. And for a mojito, crushed ice is preferred. So here we have crushed ice. So you just add that to the glass. And then finish, well, I'm not going to finish it off. Now we top it up with soda water. And garnish with another mint sprig. There you go, the mojito. Now we will move on to our shake and drink. And for the shake and drink, I've chosen the whiskey sour. So for our shake and drink, it's a good part about the 2-part shaker. So because it's 2 parts, and it's always booze first then ice, with the 2-part shaker, you can actually put the ice in here first and start getting a bit of chill on it. Right? Now, whiskey sour is a 1/2 ounce of simple syrup and a 1/2 ounce of fresh citrus juice. In this case, it's lemon juice. So again, I've juiced my lemon ahead of time using my sieve and my juicer, strained it out, the pulp out of it, and put the date on it. Fresh citrus will usually last in your fridge for 2 to 3 days. So let's go on from there. So we need a 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. Half an ounce of simple syrup. and then 2 ounces of either a rye or a bourbon, which is whiskey, for the whiskey sour. I prefer a Canadian rye in mine, and most cocktails are usually 2 ounces, so that's where the jigger comes in. Jigger, 2 ounces. And then we add the liquor to the ice. Apply the shaker and give it a good shake. Give it a long shake, 7 seconds. As you can see, they're starting to frost over on the shaker again. Remove the lid. Now, sour drinks do not need a frosted glass, but they are served in the old-fashioned glass. So now we've got that. So now we need some ice. The sour is always served over ice. So I happen to have ice cubes that come in a big mold. Large ice cube, large square, fits nicely in the glass. The reasoning behind that is presentation, but it also helps with the dilution rate that you control your drink so it doesn't get watered down too fast, so you get the full taste of the sour. So now we've got our drink shaken, so now we need our strainer again. So we strain it. There we go. And now for garnish, we use a lemon twist. And for lemon twist, you take your peeler and your lemon and just so you give it a twist again to express the oils, and then you'll put it into your glass. So there you have the whiskey sour. So those are the bartending basics. I hope you have enjoyed this video and it's inspired you to go out and make some delicious cocktails.